Hello, my name is Georgianne Ford with the Alpha Center for Divorce Mediation, and we're back today with one of our attorney mediators, Christine Lombardo-Zaun. And Christine, thanks for coming on. I believe you're going to talk about, do we really need a shark attorney when we're going through a divorce?
Right. So I'm sure you all have heard that phrase, right? I need a pit bull, I need a shark. And I've heard that from time to time, what people would call looking for an attorney. And I would just kind of wonder, why they say that. Where does that phrase come from? And now that I've been practicing for a number of years, it's why does that even matter? Now that I've been, among other attorneys and clients, seen enough litigation to kind of sort of understand where people are coming from. So I thought it would be fun to talk about and kind of clear up this big myth that's out there. I think a lot of people, and I'm generalizing, but a lot of people think that having a shark attorney means that you're going to get a better attorney. So
it is definitely a myth.
And the reason it's a myth, understandably so, when you're going through a divorce or custody action, there's a lot on the line. People are afraid. We're afraid that we're going to lose our kids. We're afraid that we might lose our house. We're afraid that we might lose certain possessions, like a retirement account or vehicles or other personal property. Those fears are real. I've lived them, and it is not a fun experience. So, nobody is on their best behavior, or are they thinking in the right frame of mind when they're acting out of fear.
We're easily triggered, as they say.
Yes. And so some people, when they're acting out of fear, they'll say things that they might not mean. They might say things without thinking about it that they might later regret. And so, when people are asking for the shark attorney, they're usually in that place of fear. So I decided to ask some clients, because I'm like, well, I have my perception of what a shark attorney is. I'm sure you have your perception. So I asked some of my clients and just people that I know, what do you think of when you hear the term shark attorney? So some people said that a shark attorney is one who will win every case. Some say that a shark attorney is someone who will take everything from the other side and give the other side what they deserve or what they have coming to them. Some say that a shark attorney will not take any, let's say, crap from other people, from other attorneys. Some say that shark attorneys know the judges and they have a special in with them. Some will say that a shark lawyer is just someone who's simply better. They look better, they dress better, they act better. Some people think that an attorney is a shark attorney just simply because they charge higher rates. So I'm here to say that, in my opinion, I don't think that's true. I've had the pleasure of practicing in a number of counties with a number of different opposing counsel. And there have been some amazing attorneys that are very modest, that charge very reasonable rates, very quiet. They don't need to shout from the mountaintops that they're the best. And so I've actually seen more of those kind of attorneys than I have the traditional shark attorney, And so,
a special code or something they need to follow, or?
Well, yeah, we have, and it's codified. It's a rule that we have to follow, the Code of Civility. And it outlines, I forget, let me just see here, 15, might even be more, 19. So there are 19 specific little rules that lawyers have to follow. And it relates to our behavior in the courtroom. And I will tell you, the judges pay attention to this. And they pay attention to the way we act in the courtroom. So, is there a time and place for assertive behavior? Yes. I can't say that it's been all like rainbows and unicorns in the litigation practice. But, there were times when, we would have to take a firm footing or a firm position, but there was never a time where you have to like step out and just act like a jerk. Okay. It's just not accepted. If you're a good attorney, you don't need to tell people you're a good attorney. It will come out in your practice. So
what about what's TV done to us through all this? It's almost like
I don't watch a lot of TV, so I think what I've seen sometimes is the TV courtroom, and I think it looks a lot different in real life.
That's why we get this perception of wanting,
yeah,
that kind of sharp.
And here's the thing: when you're going through that difficult process, whether it's custody or divorce, I'm always going to say, why don't you try mediation first? Because that's really the best way to go through it. It diffuses those emotions because it puts everybody on a level playing field. You have a neutral third party who is a trained and licensed attorney guiding you to an agreement. So first and foremost, I'm all for mediation. If you need an attorney, okay, there are couples that go through mediation with me that have representation. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because as a third party neutral, I can't advocate for either side.
Right.
I can't give advice. I can't give guidance. So, what you should do is interview the attorney. Go on a consult. Some charge, some don't. That doesn't determine who is a better attorney. Everybody has their own style. And get to know that person, ask them questions, ask their practice philosophy. You'll learn a lot from an attorney, and they'll be very honest with you because they want to interview you as a client too. And if you really want to get bang for your buck, you should have a good relationship with your attorney. You should be able to talk candidly with them. I know that's what they would want from their clients. And I think if you're all on the same page, especially if you're going to go through a trial or even going through mediation with me, having all the expectations up front are really helpful.
I love what you said, practice philosophy. I mean, find out what that looks like. Also, the whole mediation thing, I think the only way mediation is, like you said, so valuable if you can get out of the reaction mode and just get in the response mode of really wanting this to work through and be fair.
Yeah. So my perception of a shark attorney, sharks kind of scare me, so I don't even like that word. Yeah. But a real true shark in the legal world is an attorney who's competent, who communicates with their client, and who advocates for their client. But you don't need all the bells and whistles to go along with it. I've seen many, many attorneys who are super effective that don't necessarily charge the most. They dress modestly and conservatively. And those are the ones that I've really found to really come out on top.
So I think what probably a lot of us listening to this are getting from this is maybe our perception of what a shark attorney looks like is not at all what a really good attorney looks like. But the bully doesn't have to be the attorney we choose.
And the other thing is if you're asking for a shark attorney, maybe look in the mirror and ask why you're asking for a shark attorney. What is your fear? What's driving this? And, if you want to punish your spouse, be prepared to ante up and pay for it, because that's where the high cost litigation happens. It's when you just want to dig in and try and hurt the other person. And my experience, mediation is the way to go. You'll keep more money in your pocket. You can take that vacation once your divorce is final. You can put money in a college fund. There's all kinds of things that can help you do with your extra savings.
Right. And we can put our anger in other places.
Absolutely.
I love it. Christine, great topic. Especially it just alerts us all to go, yeah, of course we want a sharp attorney. And you taught us maybe not. Maybe that's the shark is a completely different personality.
Right.
So thank you for coming back. And it was a good topic, really helpful.
Thank you.
All right. Any of you that are interested in learning more about the Alpha Center for Divorce Mediation, thinking about maybe you thought mediation wasn't an idea, and maybe after this conversation, it's possible, it's at least worth looking into. So please call any of the attorney mediators at 1-800-310-9085. Just ask a question, schedule a consult. Again, Christine, thank you.